In a world that often feels splintered by injustice, grief, fear, and disconnection, the idea of gratitude can sound tone-deaf or even offensive. How can we speak of thankfulness when war is televised, when the climate trembles, when lives are marked by loss, and identities are politicized into battlegrounds? But radical gratitude is not the naive denial of suffering. It is not a platitude or a smile pasted over pain. Radical gratitude is a fierce spiritual stance, a way of loving the world while seeing it clearly. It is the revolutionary act of choosing presence, beauty, and sacred awareness, even when the world gives us every reason to turn away. What is the nature of the radical? The word radical comes from the Latin radix, meaning root. To practice radical gratitude, then, is to return to the root of being, to thankfulness not for what is happening on the surface, but for the mystery that undergirds it all. This is not the gratitude of lists or daily journals, though those can help. It is the bone-deep, soul-wide awareness that even here, especially here, in the raw and jagged places, something holy lives. Something meaningful breathes beneath the noise. Radical gratitude does not require perfection or resolution. It does not wait until you are healed, whole, successful, or serene. Instead, it meets you at the heart of your brokenness and says, even this can be holy ground. What if we can practice gratitude beyond transaction? In mainstream culture, gratitude is often commodified or diluted into a tool for productivity or happiness. Be grateful so you can manifest more. Focus on the positive and your reality will change. But true radical gratitude is not a transaction with the universe. It is not a performance or a strategy for controlling outcomes. It is a relinquishing. It does not say, thank you so that I can. It says, thank you. Period. Thank you for breath, even when it comes through sobs. Thank you for the love that hurts because it mattered. Thank you for the lessons etched in failure and fatigue. Thank you for the chance to begin again and again and again. In this way, radical gratitude breaks the loop of entitlement and expectation. It deconditions the ego's endless grasping and instead opens the heart to receive life as it is, not how we wish it to be. And in that receiving, something miraculous unfolds. We begin to notice that joy is not something we must pursue. It's already here, woven into the ordinary, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to remember. Perhaps the broken world can be used as initiation. To live in a broken world is not a detour from the sacred path. It is the path. The cracks in the system, the wounds in our stories, the tremors in our personal lives are not signs that we are lost. They are thresholds. Radical gratitude recognizes that our pain is not meaningless. It bears witness to suffering and refuses to look away. But it also refuses to reduce us to our suffering. It honors heartbreak without giving it the final word. As the poet Rumi writes, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Gratitude helps us become spacious enough to feel that light, not to erase the wound, but to let it open us. This kind of gratitude is not about bypassing. It does not silence righteous anger, ignore injustice, or deny the work that must be done. Rather, it fuels the work with love. It says, "I am grateful, and I will fight for a better world. I am grateful, and I will mourn what is lost. I am grateful, and I will keep my heart open even when it hurts." In this way, radical gratitude is not weakness. It is one of the strongest forces on earth. It resists numbness. It defies cynicism. It dares to soften in a world that rewards armor. Can we live this practice? Radical gratitude is not an idea to adopt. It is a practice to embody. Some days, it might look like saying thank you to the trees or sky even when you feel dead inside. Other days, it might be collapsing into grief and whispering thank you that you can still feel at all. It might be reaching for a friend's hand, savouring the last sip of coffee, noticing the sunlight as it moves across a cracked wall. It is simple, and it is sacred. It is not always easy. Some days, the gratitude feels forced or unreachable. But even in those moments, the longing to feel gratitude is itself a sign of life. Even the ache to connect, to care, is a form of praise. And when gratitude does come, when it rises up in your chest without effort, when it catches you off guard with its grace, let it stay. Let it wash through you like a prayer with no words. Gratitude can be your sacred defiance. To be radically grateful in a broken world is to participate in the world's healing. It is to say, "You have not taken everything from me." It is to reclaim agency in a culture of despair, to choose love over fear, to walk as if each step were a blessing because it is. This does not mean you will not cry, rage, or retreat, but it means you will keep coming back to your breath, back to the beauty, back to the quiet knowing that something more is possible and that you are part of it. Gratitude in this sense is a revolutionary act. It is not passive, it is profoundly active. It clears the fog so we can see what matters. It roots us in presence so we can respond, not react. It opens our hands so we can give, receive, and be transformed. And maybe, just maybe, it opens the door to a world not yet broken, a world we are already beginning to build. Valerie Kaur asks, what if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? Let that question linger. Let radical gratitude be the way we midwife a new world, not by pretending this one isn't broken, but by loving it deeply enough to stay with it, stitch by stitch, light by light, until something new is born.